Welcome back to Luxury Home Decor. Imagine stepping onto your front path and being greeted by a serene wave of blues and crisp whites that instantly transports you to a coastal retreat. Today's surprising secret: pair luminous white gravel with deep blue flowering ground covers to make your entrance look wider and brighter without adding square footage. This affordable shift not only dazzles first impressions but also reflects light at dusk, subtly guiding visitors toward your front door. Blue and white landscaping works because the colors speak to both emotion and architecture. Studies show soft blues reduce heart rate while whites amplify natural daylight. So combining them creates calm energy that still feels fresh and inviting. Whether your facade is brick, stone, or modern stucco, the palette harmonizes effortlessly, allowing trim work and front door hardware to become quiet heroes rather than battling for attention within a riot of competing tones. Right now, a major trend is the new coastal cottage. Think airy porches, white wicker furniture, and a sprinkle of nautical flair. Yet you don't have to live by the sea to capture its charm. Using sky blue delphiniums against a backdrop of white hydrangeas mimics ocean spray on a sunny day, giving even landlocked homes that breezy resort feel. It's a truly instant vacation moment each time you pull into the driveway. Seasonality matters too. For spring, plant drifts of grape hyacinths and white tulips that wake the landscape with crisp contrast after winter's gray lull. In summer, let blue salvia and white petunias take center stage, attracting pollinators while resisting heat. Autumn extends the palette through smoky blue Russian sage paired with white ornamental kale. And even winter shines when white-barked birch trunks stand against the steely blue hue of evergreen junipers. Height layering is your next strategy. Low-growing white alyssum at the walkway's edge releases a honey scent, medium bands of blue catmint fill the mid-plane, and tall white spires of foxglove frame your doorway like natural columns. This gentle stair-step formation draws the eye upward, accentuating architectural features such as transom windows or gables, and it creates that coveted magazine cover depth without crowding pathways, even on compact urban lots today. Let's talk budgets, because great design shouldn't demand lavish spending. An inexpensive gallon of outdoor white paint transforms thrifted terracotta pots into cohesive statement pieces. Strategically position them in odd-numbered clusters, then fill with blue lobelia for a punch of color that reads designer but costs less than a weekend brunch. Recycled white marble chips, often available at landscaping yards for pennies on the dollar, replace pricier pavers while still looking luxe. Evergreen backbone plantings ensure year-round structure. Boxwood spheres sprayed with an eco-friendly whitewash provide snowy highlights against sapphire blue ceramic urns, so even when blossoms fade, the color story remains. Slip a few blue spruce dwarf varieties behind them to deepen perspective without casting too much shade. This permanent scaffold saves money over time because you replace only seasonal fillers rather than reimagining the entire layout each year, with elegantly steady color. Pathway edging deserves its own moment. Alternate bands of cobalt-stained concrete squares with classic white stepping stones to create a rhythmic mosaic that literally guides the stride. The geometry feels modern yet approachable, and the alternating hues help smaller yards feel longer by visually stretching the ground plane, dramatically elongating perspective and adding subtle theater. Finish the line with solar lights that cast a cool white glow, making nighttime arrivals both safer and more visually cinematic. If space is limited, think vertical. A slim trellis painted bright white becomes the perfect backdrop for a blue morning glory vine, delivering color without sacrificing ground square footage. Beneath, tuck dwarf white dianthus that releases a spicy fragrance, creating a double-deck sensory experience. Vertical gardens also mask utility meters or air conditioning units, boosting curb appeal while turning previously ignored walls into living art installations for guests. The effect builds upward, reclaiming sky space. Symmetry lends an instant sense of order. Consider flanking your steps with twin planters, one spilling blue scaevola, the other matching precisely, so the entry feels intentional rather than accidental. The repetition calms the eye, letting visitors focus on the welcome mat rather than searching for balance. For extra polish, line the planter rims with white caladium leaves. Their veined patterns echo architectural moldings and tie everything neatly together effortlessly. Symmetry never fails to impress arriving guests. Introduce movement with water. A shallow white basin filled with floating blue water lilies acts as a living mirror that reflects clouds during the day and strategic uplighting at night. The gentle ripple muffles street noise, enhancing the oasis vibe. Place it off-center to create a subtle visual tension and prevent the landscape from feeling too rigid, maintaining that perfect blend of serenity and surprise for everyone. The gentle murmur instantly elevates daily routines to spa-level tranquility. Container gardens are a quick way to experiment. Try a navy-glazed pot brimming with white cascading bacopa, then add a spike of blue gentian for height. If it doesn't thrill you, simply rearrange until it does. No shovels required. This flexibility is especially handy for renters or anyone who loves seasonal makeovers, providing a low-commitment canvas for testing out daring plant combinations and refreshing your palette whenever inspiration strikes happily. Play until your masterpiece feels perfect. Lighting is the unsung hero of curb appeal. Replace warm bulbs with daylight LEDs to keep whites crisp after sunset, then conceal a few blue-tinted uplights behind ornamental grasses to wash gentle color across the facade. The result feels like an upscale boutique hotel entrance, guiding evening guests without glaring floodlights. Timers or smart plugs ensure efficiency, proving sophistication can be sustainable, affordable, and wonderfully user-friendly. Automated dusk-to-dawn sensors are another clever upgrade. Texture adds depth beyond color alone. Pair the satiny leaves of white peace lily with the matte, dusty blue foliage of eucalyptus for subtle tactile contrast. Sprinkle in white quartz river stones beside rough-barked blue atlas cedar trunks to highlight differences in surface quality. This interplay keeps monochrome schemes from feeling one-note, inviting curious fingers and prolonging engagement as viewers discover new details each delightful visit. Each visit reveals a fresh, satisfying contrast of surfaces. Sustainability meets style when you choose native plants that naturally flower in blue or white. In many regions, blue mistflower and white yarrow thrive with minimal irrigation, cutting water bills while supporting local pollinators. Add composted leaf mulch dyed with a plant-based white pigment to brighten beds and improve soil health. Beauty, biodiversity, and budget savings align, proving luxury is as much about thoughtful choices as expensive materials, always effortlessly. Accent your cool palette with foliage that leans silver. Dusty Miller, with its frosted leaves, bridges gaps between stark white blooms and deeper blues, softening transitions like a designer's blending brush. The muted shimmer catches dawn light, making early mornings unexpectedly magical. Silver accents also allow you to introduce additional plant varieties without breaking the two-color rule, ensuring visual cohesion while avoiding monotony in any setting. The result is thoughtful design that respects nature's rhythms. Maintenance can make or break a look. Schedule a monthly 15-minute tidy session. Deadhead blue blooms to encourage reflowering. Rinse white stones with a quick hose blast, and clip any wandering vines before they overwhelm neighbors' driveways. This disciplined micro-routine keeps the scene camera-ready year-round and prevents small issues from snowballing into costly renovations, saving both time and money for more creative weekend projects. Reward yourself afterward with a cool drink on the porch. Personal touches convert good design into a signature statement. Maybe it's a vintage white garden bench you inherited, repainted and nestled between sky blue hydrangeas, or a hand-painted house number sign in Delft-inspired motifs. These stories infuse authenticity, making curb appeal genuinely yours. Guests read them like visual anecdotes, deepening emotional connections before they even ring the doorbell, creating lasting memories. Stories grow just like plants, weaving generations together through color, scent, and shared memories.